What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at ya with another Lords Mobile video, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the new update that's coming to Lords Mobile very soon. Guild Expedition. Now, you may remember about 2 weeks ago I done a few streams where I was showing the new event, which was being tested over on the Taiwan server. And although the event is great and definitely something that Lords Mobile needs, there was some fundamental issues with the event which I want to bring up today. Although I have spoke about this in length on the live streams, I just wanted a video, something nice and short, which just goes over it. So hopefully IGG do see it and make the necessary changes prior to this event landing on the main server. So before we get started today, guys, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button, press that like button, but most importantly, please share this video, because the more shares we get, the more we spread this video, this message. Hopefully IGG will hear it and make those changes. I mean, hopefully. Okay, so let's just talk about this Guild Expedition then. So this event has been something that IGG needed to do for quite some time. It's quite simple. The game needed some more actual gameplay rather than just constant paid leaderboard events and, you know, events where you go to try and compete and it's just full of maxed accounts. And if not that, people trying to win who are getting pushed by maxed accounts. It's just, you know what, it's just crazy. The game just feels a little bit stale at the moment. I actually look forward to Dragon Arena. Dragon Arena for me is a really good event. And Guild Expedition is like Dragon Arena, but just imagine Dragon Arena injected with steroids. That's literally what it is. It's 3 to 4 days of fighting, going up against 8 different guilds. I mean, fighting on different fronts, you know, trying to push for territory to gain points. It's something which has worked very well in other mobile games where you're fighting for territory. The only difference between those other mobile games and Lords Mobile's version of this event is that currently, in its current state, the event is extremely costly. And that's going to bring me to point number 1. It's the healing of resources. It's a major issue in Guild Expedition. If you imagine the amount of healing you have to do in a DA, you know, when you're using your tier 5 and your tier 4, they don't last that long when you're constantly fighting for an hour. Well, imagine that over 4 days, not just against one guild, but against, well, you and 7 others. It's kind of crazy, right? Yes, the amount of lunite and resources you're going to need to heal is going to be on another new level. It's kind of insane. So what can the IGG do to fix this? I mean, this is what we're here for today, to talk about the solutions to these fundamental problems. Well, what IGG need to do with this is allow people to get a free heal when they port out of the event. Okay, so when you're in Guild Expedition, when you teleport out and go back to the home kingdom, your troops need to be automatically healed. And then there needs to be, say, like a cooldown to get back into the event. So maybe a 10 or 15 minute cooldown for you to be able to return back to Guild Expedition. Now, that shouldn't be the only way to heal. People should be able to have the choice whether or not to use their lunite and use their resources to actually heal their troops. If someone doesn't want to get ported out for 15 minutes, if they're in the middle of a fight and it's vital that they stay, like a rally lead, for example, then yeah, they should be able to use their resources in lunite if the player chooses to. But there should be that option for people to port out to get that heal and then return after a cooldown period. Because if that doesn't happen, if IGG do not put that mechanic in, then I can't see people really putting major effort into playing this event. And then the event falls on its face, which is not what and I'm sure you guys want to see. We want to see this event do well and for people to look forward to it and spend the time online playing it. But again, without this change, I can't see people wanting to use all their resources and lunite for this event in any shape or form. I've already told my guild that if they don't fix this prior to the launch, then we're just going to stay in the phase 1 area, which is the first initial spot where the game begins, and just hunt monsters in darkness for 4 days. That's literally what we're going to do. We're not going to be entertaining wasting all of our resources for this event, especially when we have to use those precious resources for things like WoW and Baron and castle rallies and everything else. So it makes no sense to go in here and waste all of our resources on this. Plus, the other thing which was brought up in the live stream was the fact that you could manipulate migration with this effectively. Castles could port into Guild Expedition, kill all their tier 4 and tier 5 off to reduce their might by hundreds of millions, migrate back to home kingdom, and then just migrate to another kingdom with the low might, right? So migration manipulation is something that's definitely going to happen too. And although this next point really doesn't affect IGG in any way and really is kind of a moot point, but I mean, people will lower their might from the Guild Expedition, go back to home kingdom, and then just go and buy cheap gems from gem dealers. That's actually going to happen. But that doesn't really affect IGG's bottom line, so it is what it is, right? So yes, I do believe the first and major fundamental issue to Guild Expedition is the way resources are used in the event. There needs to be that free heal, otherwise people are just not going to bother. Now moving on to point number 2 is actually to do with the actual prizes in the event. The prizes are awful. Really bad. I mean, there's some chests in there. There's some monstrous chests, some ember chests. You've got the steam path jewels. I mean, okay, there's some interesting stuff, but I mean, the major prize, like Dragon Arena, had Boommeister, great prize, and then Dragon Jewels, awesome, worth doing. This event, which is like way longer and uses up way more time and everything, the prize is an artifact which is extremely subpar, an artifact which doesn't even have any attack stats on it. I mean, who exactly is going to get excited for 16% HP on infantry, 12% training speed, and 16% cavalry defense? I mean, it's just an awful artifact. Yeah, stats are stats, but no one's going to spend their time, effort, money on an event to get that. And you ain't like you're going to be able to get this artifact after playing it once or twice. You're going to have to play this event multiple times to even think about unlocking this and maxing this thing out. But then why would you bother wasting your time doing it? I mean, it's not good enough. Now, I do understand this is a Taiwan server artifact, and there is a very high possibility that IGG will update this for the main server with good prizes, but I feel like it's important for me to mention it on this video, because if you keep the prizes as they are, then nobody's going to be playing it anyway, because nobody will be interested in any of the stuff in there, really, to be honest with you. And then after that, there's just some little tiny, more smaller fundamental issues with the game. Now, I played Guild Expedition with the DK Guild on the Taiwan server. Thank you to Alicia and Kitty for letting me play with them. And they had some real negative feedback towards this event. And these are people on the Taiwan server, players on there that weren't very happy with it. Again, the major issue, the major complaint that came from the Taiwan server players was the resources. I mean, people were finishing that event, their castles are getting ported back to home kingdom, and they just had like full infirms over and above what their infirms capacity was, requiring hundreds of millions of resources and hundreds of millions of lunite. I mean, it was insane. It was going to take them weeks just to repair the loss. And then they had Dragon Arena coming up, and it's like, well, none of us are going to be able to get into Dragon Arena because all of our infirms are full. We need to save up resources to heal. Disaster. Just an absolute mess, IGG. So, I mean, unless you change these resource situation, I mean, honestly, I just think it's going to be a massive fail. And I don't want to see it fail. That's why I'm making this video. I want this event to do well. I want it to attract new players to the game. I want it to excite the veterans of the game. It's a fun event. 8 guilds going up against each other for territory, fight. Yes, this is the gameplay we want, we needed, but you need to make it more economical. If you don't change this, then I mean, it's just going to leave a real bad taste in everyone's mouth. So, I mean, that's a fundamental thing. It's the primary issue. The other issues that the Taiwan server players mentioned was the fact that the timers on the forts were a bit long. I mean, 5 minutes per timer lock just seems a little bit on the long side. It just kind of like slowed up the pace of the game. Like, if they think that maybe if you lowered that to 3 minutes, or even 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes for a lock on each fort actually does make the game more interesting, a bit more intense, you know? So, because it just takes too long to get around and get all the forts and stuff. So yeah, 5 minutes is a bit long, because you got the rally loading up. You load the rally up, then the rally hits, then you got another 5 minutes for it to lock. It's just seems a little bit long, right? So yeah, speeding that up would be something worth considering, absolutely. And I mean, yes, there is the other things as well. You know, speed boots, relocators, that kind of stuff. I mean, people are gonna not be happy about having to use a buttload of relocators and speed boots in the event. Now, obviously, like, this is gonna be more difficult for IGG to kind of like come round to. I think this is really like a B point, to be honest with you. I mean, in Dragon Arena, they listened. They gave us the Dragon Wing Arena where they gave us 150 level 2 boots. Perfect. I don't know why every Dragon Arena is not like that now, to be honest with you. I don't know why they use the old version. So I don't know, guys, if we're going to get them to give us relocators and what's it called, boots right at the start of the launch of this. They may do, but it may take a little bit of time before they realize that not many people are playing it because they have not been generous enough with this event and then decide to do something. But regardless of the relocators and the speed boots, the resources, the RSS, that is something that is just non-negotiable. They need to fix it. Okay. So yeah, those are the things that I think they should fix. Those are some of the fundamentals in the game. Okay, if you've got any other things that you saw from the event or from the live streams that wasn't mentioned here, please do let me know in the comments. As far as when this event's coming, guys, I think IGG is gearing up, ready to launch this, which is why I've dropped this video now before they actually do. Their recent Facebook posts like hint towards this. I think that's what they're hinting at. You know how they do. They chuck a couple of little tiny hints up on Facebook. But I think they're gearing up ready now to do this. I think this is going to drop at the beginning of January. That's my opinion. I think they're going to wait till after Christmas, and I think they're going to drop this at the beginning of the new year. So IGG, you still have time. This is not on the main server yet. Please listen to these comments. These fixes are coming from the players of your game. If you don't change this, then no one's going to play it. I mean, there will be people that play it. I mean, people will compete for a dog turd. You know, I mentioned this before. There are some guilds that don't care about what the prize is. First is first, and that's all they care about. You know, I think we all know what guilds we're talking about. But you know, it is what it is, right? I just think that you need to make these changes. Make these changes. Make the game great. Make this event great, and see some success. You know, this is a big moment for you right now. If you don't listen to any of this or don't listen to the community feedback and just go ahead and launch this event as it sits currently on the Taiwan server with awful prizes and a very expensive resource on Lunite Hill, then I mean, people might try the event once just because it's new and people will have a go. But beyond that, people are going to see how much resources they're using and they'll be like, no way am I doing that again. That was really expensive. No way. So yeah. And rally leads are going to get frustrated because they're not going to get full rallies. It's just going to suck. The event's just going to suck if you don't listen. So please, guys, like this video, share this video. Let's get this message out to IGG so they see this and hopefully make these very, very important changes. Leave a comment down below if there's something you want to add to these things that they need to add or change, because I'm sure they may check the comments as well if they do see this. And guys, I'll catch you in the next one. But until then, stay safe, everyone. And of course, peace out.